Salutations everyone, welcome to my For Glory guide for Corrin, our one of our two last DLC characters in the game, and the protagonist of the Fire Emblem Fates game, which has yet to come out here in the States. So as far as American fans are concerned, she's pulling a Roy and making her first appearance in a Smash game instead of her own game. I'm just going to stick with her because, you know, barefoot waifu for the win. So just spacing out this Peach here because I know how she's going to want to approach, and I have all of the tools to frame trap her and to pretty much mitigate all of her approaches as long as I can get perfect shields at the right time and space out my neutral Bs and just make sure she cannot get back on stage. So with Corrin, you have, I think, a really, really good character. Up air is incredibly strong, just absolutely insane. It feels almost like a mistake with how strong it is because you can kill without any rage at all, starting at like 110. At, you know, it's not even Jigglypuff we're talking about here, so it's incredibly strong. So let's start off with the jab because that's what I'm working with right here. Her jab is very good. Is it a frame 5 jab? Multi-hit, as you can see. You can time the finisher and also time those counters off of the turnip to get the kill because she's at 145. And Corrin has, I think, the best counter in the entire game. Shulk with the Smash Monado might get earlier kills in some cases, but I think for the most part, Corrin will get earlier kills in most cases within this game because it's got that vertical knockback, which is very, very nice. It also stalls Corrin in the air, so even if you do not kill off of the counter, you can still follow up with maybe an up air or fair back air, depending on their DI, of course. Otherwise, incredibly good. 2 frames slower than Marth and Lucina's, but faster than Ike's, and more intangibility frames than all of them. Of course, better than Greninja's or Little Mac's as well, and you won't fall out of it much like many people do with Shulk's Vision counter. So the jab is very nice. Frame 5, ton of damage, and has a nice little finisher that you can wait off if they're in the air, maybe they're DIing towards you or what have you, and you can just keep that going for as long as you can. Otherwise, it's still fairly safe, and, you know, frame 5 maybe not be the fastest thing in the world, but it's still very good. Up air, sealing the deal right here. Now we're going up against Cloud in some DLC wars right here. Corrin's forward tilt and down tilt are pretty similar. Forward tilt has greater range, but down tilt is easier to combo off of. You combo off of all of your tilts because they all send your opponent vertically. In fact, all but 3 of Corrin's attacks, side B, dash attack, and down throw, I guess, send your opponent vertically. And that's exactly what you want because you have the strength of your up air juggles, your auto canceling fair, and your up special, which is also a kill move. All of her special attacks kill, all of her smash attacks kill, and you can kill also with up air, forward air, or neutral air if they have really bad recovery, and you can gimp them off stage, you know. Of course, depending, but still not one of the ways you're going to kill. And down air does spike, which you can also kill with. And you can actually survive the spike, otherwise you take your opponent with you. There's the up special right there, taking out that Cloud. Because, you know, if he DI'd up, or if he DI'd not at all, I would have hit him with another up air, so he DI'd away from the direction I was facing. So then I just catch him with the up special. Otherwise, if he had an additional jump like other characters, and they just went vertically, I could have also caught him with the up special. Sometimes the final hit might not kill, but otherwise you are still safe, and it is very, very good. So with your tilts, forward tilt and down tilt, you can combo those into up tilt, which gets your opponent into the air. A combo that I really like starting off at 0%, nair, down tilt, up tilt. That is a true combo. You can most likely get a second up tilt. You'll get more out of it if you start with the down tilt instead of starting with the nair, but it might be easier for you to start your combo with the nair at 0%. Otherwise, you know, combos start becoming a lot rarer with Corrin once you get to the mid and higher percents, because she's not combo heavy. She's not it doesn't have, you know, combo throws necessarily. You can get follow-ups off of up throw and down throw does eventually start killing, so definitely keep that in mind. Otherwise, up throw can kind of trap them more in a DI sense because it sends them more vertical, while down throw sends them a little more diagonal, but does have the additional knockback as well. So might mix those up if your opponent is, you know, DIing one, and you can maybe, you know, throw off their game a little bit. So early combos are fairly standard. The neutral special, as you see, is very, very nice. As a paralyzer effect, you don't have the tether grab like Zero Suit, so you won't be able to maximize off of it all that much. There's the back air ledge spike right there, which is fairly nice. The back air auto cancels, so it might not be the greatest aerial for edge guarding, but it is the best one that you have, unless they're, you know, high enough percent to where you can kill with up air, which is always a good decision. But if you can't get the range, or if you're going for a stage spike like I did right there, back air will get the job done. Otherwise, if you're on stage, the auto spacing of back air's wind box will keep you fairly safe. It's just not going to be, you know, super powerful for edge guarding just because of the speed. But who needs speed when you have a counter like Corrin's? Otherwise, it is your best aerial attack for offstage, trumping as well as off the ledge, and is getting your stage spikes as well. So once you get to the mid percents, you don't want to use forward throw or back throw unless you just want to get them off stage and set up for an edge guard, because they won't help you get any combos. They won't kill at reasonable percents. So you go for the up throws and down throws. Maybe you want to save your down throws so it doesn't get staled, but you're not going to get many kills off of down throw in the first place unless your opponent doesn't DI and they're at 147, or, you know, you're both at 120 and you can get a grab. So it does have its uses, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about, you know, needing to have it fresh. So don't worry about that. When it comes to the down air spike, matches such as Pokemon Kalos Stadium here, the ones that have the vertical part of the stage go all the way down to the blast zone, like Oil Rig or Duck Hunt, you can survive the down air spike, which is very, very nice, because you can jump down air, and if your opponent doesn't have a jump, then they've been carried way too low and they cannot return back to the stage. Otherwise, if they do have a jump, you jump and you will footstool them automatically and they will die that way, and then you side B to attach yourself back to the stage and then jump up special and you're good to go. You're back to the ledge, or maybe there's a Pac-Man trampoline out there helping you. I don't know. But it is survivable, and you can either kill with the spike or with the footstool there. So it's fairly nice. It doesn't take too much practice to get used to, and neither does countering Roy forward tilts or forward smash, whatever he threw at me, because I killed him because I was at like stage, not even stage 2 of Rage, but he was like at 80%. So that just shows you how goddamn strong this counter is. It's so very good. And if you catch your opponent, if you're coming back down from the air and they try to hit you with an arrow, you'll start killing even earlier because it has that vertical knockback. And even if you don't kill them, that counter will stall Corrin, and which you can follow that up with an up air or a fair, you know, depending on their, you know, their DI and their percentage and all that good stuff. So now Corrin's going to be taking on Ike to see if she can hold the mantle of the best Fire Emblem character in the game, because Ike's really the only one that has any sort of results in singles. Even though a lot of people think Roy might be the best, and Roy does not have any results. So with Corrin, you have some decent spacing, and you have that projectile and the neutral B. Neutral B has the paralyzer, in which case, since you don't have you know, anything to follow that up with grab-wise, unless they're really close, dash attack is usually a safe bet, especially at lower percents. I mean, you might not need the entire charge of it, just because of the range that it has and the lingering multi-hit box that it's got. Otherwise, if you're close enough, maybe you can get him with the up air to get that finisher. If they're fully paralyzed and at really high percents, or you can get a fair, you know, if they try to DI away, that's where your opponent would want to do. If you're having trouble against Corrin's paralyzer, just DI away. There's the up special, short hop up special, catch that Ike off guard and get the kill. The up special is pretty nice. At like double jump height, you can start killing at like 110 without really any rage. It is very nice. Decent priority. It does get out prioritized by quite a few things and trades with some things as well, but it's got decent priority, multi-hit, and will, you know, get you back to the stage. It's got a lot of momentum. You can also use your back here to help you horizontally recover back to the stage as well. Otherwise, up special usually has enough momentum to carry you through. You can, you know, alter its trajectory to be more vertical, if that's what you need, since she does kind of suffer vertically. Otherwise, yeah, back to the neutral special, as you can see, the chomp right there. You actually charge the shot and the chomp separately. So if you go for the full charge shot and you're worried about, the ending lag of the chomp, you might not be able to get your punish once your opponent is paralyzed. Then you can just let go there, or you can mix up your opponent, do an uncharged shot, and then charge your chomp. Just takes a little bit of getting used to, and you can be in business. Both parts of that kill, both parts of your side special kill, that has a tipper mechanic as well as all of your smash attacks. Forward smash has the craziest range of any non-disjointed forward smash in the entire game, even longer than Shulk's. And that has a tipper, so that will do more damage and knockback at the tip. Same with up smash and with the back leg dragon lance kick of down smash as well, which is really good at covering rolls and can net you some nice kills at the ledge, even at earlier percents if you hit with the back leg dragon lance kick instead of the sword, which will net you less damage. So the side B also has a tipper. If you do not pin your opponent to the stage or do not pin yourself to the stage yourself, but if you hit with the tip of the side B, that will do more damage and knockback and can kill. Otherwise, if you pin your opponent or just pin yourself, you can kick forward or backward or just cancel out of it. There's the up smash. You basically don't want to use up smash because up air is always going to be faster, safer, and stronger, unless you get like a full charge or some crazy read or something like that. So up smash really doesn't have a lot of utility, really at all. But up tilt and up air will always be a better option because it's easier to hit, it's safer, and will net you more damage on your juggles as well as your aerial kills. So now we'll see if Corrin can handle the most popular character in the Smash roster, Little Mac. Alright, 0 to death, so, we're doing okay, And, this Little Mac should probably trying to, do a little something. Outspacing your opponent with the neutral B, catching them off guard of the chomp. A lot of people might catch on and be like, oh, that's right, it has a chomp, I gotta, be wary of that. So it is relatively safe. Your jab, like I said, is frame 5, fairly decent. And your tilts are actually pretty fast as well. So there's a lot of ways to start up juggles, tech chases. You have a Nair, which is fantastic because it's your fastest aerial. Shout out to my counter there. Little Max has such strong attacks, so if I can get that power right back at him, that is all the better. Your Nair is your fastest aerial as well as the one that lingers the longest, so it is very good. It's your safest aerial option if you don't have your timing down or if you're worried that you might miss with a fair or an up air. Or if they're air dodging, you will hit because you have both the Dragon Lance and the sword swimming around you. So a fairly safe aerial, and like I said, at early percents, mostly 0% for the most part, can true combo into down tilt, which you can combo into up tilt, maybe a second up tilt, and then you go into your up airs or fairs, opponent's DI, depending. Trying to catch Bayonetta with a second hit of the neutral special there, but her down air is crazy priority and knockback as well. So, this is going to be the conversation. Who's better, Bayonetta or Corrin? And they're both fairly good characters, but I was actually really pleased with Corrin in this game. A lot of Bayonettas like to spam witch time and smash attacks, and we'll get into Bayonetta in the next video. Corrin has a lot of great tools. The fact that she has a projectile, an auto-canceling fair, as well as just an insane up air that can start killing fairly early. You do have a spike, not the greatest in the world. See, there's the paralyzer on the aerial opponent with a lot of damage on them, and I finished that up with the up air, and of course that's going to kill because I'm at stage 2 of Rage, and they were above 100% as well, so that's a nice little combo right there. Sometimes if your spacing is just perfect on a paralyzer, you can get the tip of the forward smash and maybe net some early kills that way, or at the very least a ton of damage. But still, be able to scare your opponent with the size of the hitbox of that neutral special, as well as the chomp, it's very good. You won't get a lot of punishes, as you can see right there, depending on the range between you and your opponent, as well as the charge, as well as their damage on them. Then you might not be able to capitalize on a lot. But it's a great spacing tool, and can kill your opponent in 2 different ways, and just has a nice big hitbox. And apparently there are some things that you cannot capitalize on with Bayonetta, because she turns into a bunch of bats like she's freaking Dracula or some shit. We'll catch that with the counter in the air. I'm at full rage, and she was at 100%. Nobody's going to survive that. So yeah, Corrin, Tons of damage, tons of different ways to kill, a lot of good mix-ups using your side B to catch your opponent off guard, as well as hitting with that counter is very nice. The up airs and the up specials, just some good stuff. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Bayonetta will be covered next time. Otherwise, if every single other character has been covered, so check out down in the playlist if you'd like to see another video, and I'll see you all next time.